My name is Nina Camplin and I'm the arts facilitator for the online workshops and live watch party sessions for the VC Gallery. And today I'm looking at doing a forest, autumn forest in the style of Bob Ross. I've got a couple of pictures. This one here was a previous one I did of her for a Bob Ross session. And I'm going to do a similar scene to this one. This was like more of a summer scene, and I'm going to do this in a kind of autumn colours. Before I start, you might notice, I don't know if you can see it on this, there's a slight tear in my canvas here, and I hate throwing anything away, so I'm going to try and repair this. So what I've done is, on the back of it, I've just put some duct tape. What I'll do is, once I've painted it, I'll take that off and it should hopefully set and the hole will be lost. So what I've done to start with is I've put down a ground of yellow. So I'm going to start off with doing the background. I'm using a large brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some white. These are my colours, just a selection of autumn colours. I'm not going to go into specifics. And I'm going to start by putting a white haze in the middle. I'm just stippling this on. And the background's still wet, so it's going to pick it up quite a lot. And I'm going to start to use, I'm going to use a stronger yellow. I'm going to use it's like a cadmium yellow, I think. It's a bit more orangey. It's this one here. I'm going to start stippling this on as distant foliage. Mix some of the lemon yellow into that again. I'm going to start mixing in some red. I think that looks enough like distant foliage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting some of the trees in the background. Use this size brush, and I'm going to use it's burnt umber. I'm going to mix it with some yellow ochre to knock it back a bit, a little further away. Just going to get a finer brush so I can put some leaves and some branches in on these. I think that'll do. I don't want to go over the top with detail at this point. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting some foliage in front of these. Going back to my large brush again. I'm going to just stipple some shrubbery. I'm going to go in with a bigger brush now. And then on this side where I've got the tear in the canvas, I'm going to put a tree along that, so if it doesn't repair completely invisible, it'll be along the edge of the trunk and you won't hopefully be able to see it. Going back to this large brush again, and I'm going to just starting to put some shrubs in front of these. This is burnt umber I'm putting in now. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with a palette knife. I'm just going to put this path in now. Use just the yellows and the oranges. Just putting some burnt umber in to show kind of the banks underneath the foliage. Just a little bit of highlight on these trunks at the front here. And the light source is coming from the middle, so it'll be on the opposite side. I think these leaves could do with building up a bit more. Put some ochre in this. Anyway, this gives you an idea of how to do a kind of autumn forest. You could keep building up the leaves as well until you've got quite a strong density in there, but it's quite good to keep it kind of pale and more blurry in the background, and then more definition and more contrast in the foreground. So I'm going to leave it at that for today, and hopefully if anyone has a go at this, please do post your pictures on Facebook for us to have a look at on the VC Gallery page, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!